Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Mel Tucker and Title IX, a hearing today for the fired Michigan State University football coach.
We start there here at noon. Good to have you with us. I'm Jason Colthorpe.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. Last week, Mel Tucker was let go by Michigan State University after he was accused of sexually harassing Brenda Tracy, a well-known activist and advocate against sexual violence.
And now the university hired her to speak to the football players, or that was in the past. Tucker has denied wrongdoing and through his attorneys has said the university adopted allegations made by Brenda Tracy without a meaningful review of the facts. Well, that's what's happening today. Let's get over to Priya Mann, who's in the newsroom with what's been happening so far and what we can expect, Priya.
I think the biggest news of the day is that Mel Tucker will not be there for the virtual hearing. Tucker's attorneys told university officials this morning that he could not participate because of a serious medical condition. His attorneys also revealing what they claim is new evidence, including text messages from Tucker's accuser that they say undermines MSU's decision to terminate the head football coach. Brenda Tracy, as you mentioned, is a well-known advocate against sexual violence. She was hired by the university to talk to football players. Tracy has accused Tucker of pursuing her romantically and harassing her through phone calls and text messages. Tucker denies the allegations and has already suggested he will sue. Take a listen to what a Title IX attorney had to say about this case.
Tucker's attorneys are probably hoping at this point that there is a finding against him in this process, because then that'll be another argument that they can make that the process was flawed. Everything was kind of set up against him from the beginning, that MSU was using this as a way to try to get rid of him, which is what some of his arguments have been up to this point.
And today's hearing officer will issue a decision within 20 days. And after that, both parties have 10 days to file an appeal. Of course, we'll continue to stay on this story as it develops. Reporting live from the newsroom, I'm Priya Mann. Send it back to you.
Okay, Priya, thank you. We have breaking news coming into our newsroom this noon. A 6-year saga surrounding the horrific murder of Egypt Covington has come to a close. Shandon Groom and Timothy Moore were due for sentencing in their role in the home invasion murder of Covington in July of 2017 at her home in Van Buren Township. Groom was sentenced to 17 to 26 years, while Timothy Moore sent to court, and Covington's family into an outrage by saying that he was pushed into the plea and alleging there is more to the story, and the family will never get closure. Judge Evans cleared the courtroom, and once the hearing resumed, Moore apologized and said that he does willingly accept the plea and takes responsibility for his role. Moore was sentenced to 20 to 55 years on second-degree murder and firearms charges.
We're also working to learn more about some breaking news we were covering this morning. The Detroit Police Department investigating a shooting in downtown Detroit. This all went down around 3:13 this morning on East Adams and Woodward. When officers arrived at that location, they found a 36-year-old man who had been shot. He was taken to the hospital. He is critical. We reached out to the police for more information, but right now, no info on a motive or anything else. Today marks 3 full weeks since the start of the UAW strike against the Detroit 3 automakers.
21st day today. Wednesday, Ford Motor Company announced that it was laying off 350 workers as a result of the strike at the Livonia transmission plant and 50 workers at the Sterling Heights axle plant. These moves come after Ford presented the union with a new offer on Tuesday. Union President Shawn Fain will update members on the contract negotiations during an online update tomorrow.
Union food workers are preparing to start negotiations with Meer. The union, representing over 23,000 Meer workers, is asking for higher wages, more paid time off, and better health benefits. The negotiations there are expected to start next Wednesday. There are 240 Meer locations across 6 states. The race is on now for a new Speaker of the House, but whoever wins the top job will have the tough task of unifying the party.
But as Bree Jackson reports, there's little time to waste as lawmakers once again face a deadline for avoiding the next government shutdown.
Some Republicans are already running to replace former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, while other lawmakers are urging the House to scrap the rule that led to his removal.
The search for a new Speaker of the House is underway, with several GOP members jumping into the race.
I feel like I can unite the conservative voters across the country and reach out to the monitors in our conference.
And this is really important that we get this right.
Their bid comes after Tuesday's historic ousting of Kevin McCarthy. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell now urges McCarthy's successor to get rid of the current rule that cost him the Speaker's gavel. It allows a single member to force a vote on the position.
I think it makes the Speaker's job impossible.
Lawmakers still have a job to do. Government funding is set to expire next month. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer warns of a new shutdown threat and other consequences if there's not an elected Speaker in place.
Until Republicans stop their infighting, the House can vote on no bills, no appropriations work can get done.
President Biden encourages Republicans and Democrats to put their differences aside.
More than anything, we need to change the poisonous atmosphere in Washington. You know, we have strong disagreements, but we need to stop seeing each other as enemies.
A vote on the top job in the House is expected next week.
House Republicans are set to have an internal election on October 11th. That's where they'll decide who to nominate for the next Speaker of the House. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
All right, Bree. Let's talk about the forecast since we're dwindling. It's a little bit of a countdown here.
We had it so good, but reality is beginning to set in, Ashley.
Yeah, especially when Exact Track 4D looks like we kind of dropped a paint can of green paint all over lower Michigan. So we do have radar picking up quite a bit of rain with the cold front that's approaching the area. So let's start with Exact Track 4D at this noon hour, where we will go a little bit north of Port Huron into Lakeport, just east of Croswell, where there's a pocket of some heavier showers, but that hasn't moved into Marysville, St. Clair, or Port Huron quite yet. Even still dry in Richmond and Armada, but you go just towards Romeo or so, and that's where you will have some light showers. Now, the rain is coming down a little heavier in portions of Macomb and Oakland County. So Macomb itself, just north of M59, getting a pocket of rain, seeing some heavier rain in Sterling Heights and in the Berkeley area as you are traveling along 696. Then going just a little farther west, where we have some moderate showers by White Lake, Heartland. That's a little more impactful for portions of maybe Livingston County, and then a couple little spotty cells closer to Novi. And so we have widespread rain, though, that will be moving in. As we show you the motion of this, just look at how long this line of showers is, and the showers down to our southwest a little heavier. This has that northeasterly motion. So over the next several hours, we'll see this become more widespread and even heavier at times, but certainly going to be steadier. This is our 24-hour temperature change. So right now we are 16 degrees cooler in Pontiac, 19 degrees cooler in Lapeer. The downward slide has begun. So that puts our temperatures at this hour mainly in the 60s, but Detroit's still reporting 72. But Howell's at 61, Pontiac 62, Adrian 70. Cloud cover winning out. Winds are still light at the moment. That's going to pick up tonight and then stay pretty gusty, taking us into the weekend. So your afternoon will be topping out right around 72 degrees at Metro Airport, and have that umbrella on hand. We'll have more on the downward slide coming up in a few minutes, but as you saw, rain showers are rolling in, so you can track it with our radar on our Forewarn weather app.